Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. That's the first time someone's actually refused to talk to us. Screw you, buddy. When you close your eyes, you can hear the grating of gravel under your tires, feel the fresh air on your face. That can only mean one thing. It's time to head out. Alright, before we do, though, let's talk to everyone before we hit our, what I believe is our last trip. Yeah, trips remaining, last trip. We gotta make it all work. So let's see. Elias, he's fretting over the fate of Bartow. Don't. I've been well, I mean, I didn't get the scrap you wanted, but I've been keeping our shop afloat at least. Elias is sitting on the curb outside your shop, hunched over with his head in his hands. He looks worried. I mean, he's kind of always worried, let's be honest. Nadine's gonna be making the call on the caravan soon, and I've gotta be honest, I'm worried about Bartow. Don't be. It's fine. Like, I know it, and as someone with anxiety, I know you can't just tell someone not to worry. That's not how it works, but don't worry. Believe me, I'm no fan of Nadine's, I gathered. But without a steady influx of goods from the caravan, things could get real bad around here. Ghost town bad. Well, then it's a good thing I've been bringing in a flow of steady goods. I wish I could trust her to do the right thing, but what is she going to prioritize? The needs of the caravan, the needs of the town, or the needs of herself? Even if she wanted to help, can she really, with the Rilkers breathing down her neck? I mean, so far as I can see, like, I understand the Rilker business, sure, that's a legitimate concern, but, like, so far as I can tell, Nadine has never been that selfish. She's always been just pure caravan. Just going out on a limb here, but I'm thinking our little town is not at the top of her list. I mean, it's not at the bottom of her list either. The fate of your mom's store certainly isn't on her mind either, that much I can guarantee. Sure, you seem to be doing fine now, but what will happen if you lose access to the caravan for good? Speaking of losing access, a-hubba-hubbum, bugga-bugga-bum. This is the only thing that he'll play with, and I can't actually... Well, I mean, I can connect it to that, but he can't... Because he only has circle triangle. Ooh, this is bad news. Well... Double break, shuffle, hope for the best. Break one. How are you so calm about this? Because I'm not you. Maybe I'm not much in the mood for talking right now. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry. Yeah, see? You're fine. We're just having a nice, good, distressed and grieving conversation. Never thought I'd say this, but I think Nadine may be a necessary evil. Guess that's why your mom put up with her for all this. She's not evil. On the other hand, I guess he hasn't left, so in the grand scheme of things, he's met, like, Nadine and Ramir. Like, go and meet Marquess. Go and meet, like, Salem. There are worse people out here, like Gull. Nadine, you take a deep breath, trying to calm his riled nerves. You sit down to Elias, put your arm around his shoulder, and you're just like, sir, stop. He's curious about the state of your store. But yeah, like, so far as I can tell, like, Elias's hatred of Nadine seems a little unwarranted. Like, yes, I get, like, she has to, you know, is she gonna choose you? Is she gonna choose the Rilkers? Is she gonna choose Bartow? But, like, he's like, maybe she just has her own interests at stake. Like, when has Nadine ever been only thinking of herself? Like, never. She's always with the, like, thinking of the caravan, even if that doesn't align with you guys. Nadine pushes open the door to your store, steps inside. She takes in every inch of the place with discerning, analytical eyes and gestures for you to join her on the stoop. Where Elias is like, I hate you. Your store, is it always like this? I won't say I'm impressed, but your inventory is not the worst. Okay, yeah. And me. Look at that, we're great. Keep going like this, and maybe we won't have to drop Bartow from our route after all. Whatever the Rilkers try to pull, we'll deal with. I'm not making any decisions until the end of the month, but you're on the right track. Elias is like, that Nadine, what is she gonna do this time? And Nadine's like, hey, you're doing really well. Like, we might be able to stand up to the Rilkers after all. Like, Ugh. Nadine looks back over her shoulder as she heads down the street, genuinely surprised by how well your shop is doing. Yeah, I don't think it's so much that she... Sure. Let's get another one of those. We'll probably ditch it soon enough. I need some other stuff, but... Taking a stroll down memory lane. Except Ramir doesn't like the memories here, but sure. You spot Ramir standing in the middle of the street he grew up on. He looks a little lost, somewhere between wistful and listless. It's weird to be back in a place I've spent all my time avoiding, you know? Used to be a house here. Yeah, the house where you would, like, meet all your snake buddies. And you're like, I love snakes. I'm like, I know you do. That one, I guess. Interesting that he has squares now, too, after spending time in Anka. Some folks get some time off work, go back to their family home, their childhood bedroom. Isn't that wild? I mean, that's only kind of wild if you don't have access to the house. Then it's very wild. If my childhood bedroom were still here, I'd rub a cigarette in the wood floors and watch it burn down. You see, most people didn't have, you know, abusive households growing up like you did. You see, there's the difference. Well, he's got squares, so that'll help. You probably don't feel the same, though. Seems like the store is doing well. Good for Bartow. But it would be weird, like, if you don't own your, like, the house you grew up in as a child, you don't have anymore, and you're just like, hey, don't mind me, servant ma'am, I'm just coming here to look in this room, and they're like, who the hell are you? Personally, I'd prefer the caravan never stopped here. I don't care if your store becomes some kind of institution. Yeah, I know. You just want to bring the whole world down with your depression. Some places shouldn't be relived. They activate a bunch of old dormant memories better left dead. You know, you could just not come here with the caravan. Approachable is never how you describe Ramir, but sometimes you can still tell exactly what he's thinking. Yeah. Ooh, don't mind if I do. There we go. Triangle square. I could upgrade this one. But no, I'll switch. Because I already have two of the other one. Masha, she almost looks happy to see you. Almost. Looking up from her garden, Masha spots you and waves, a warmer welcome than that which you've become accustomed. Intrigued, you proceed with caution. Hi.
The garden's bouncing back nicely, isn't it? I've always had a way with plants. To be fair, it wasn't all in the old green thumb, though. The caravan was actually a big help. Not sure what I've done without those materials.
Then why didn't you buy the succulents the other day? Like, Route 4 or something like that? Or Day 4? Wait. Maybe. This works. There we go. There we go. I was gonna say I could try connecting this, shuffle, but then, like, I don't think she has squares, so... let's do that. Oh, don't give me your depression.
Can't say I always saw eye to eye with your mother. The caravan doesn't just bring goods, it brings people. I've never been keen on outsiders. Strangers have a way of making home a little less homey. Starts slow at first, but after a while you can't miss it. The outside creeping in.
Hey, I've got a great outsider you should meet. His name's Salem. They're both terrible people.
On the other hand, I might not have a home without those people. I know I'm not the only one either, so maybe your mother wasn't all wrong. Especially in these tough times, I'm starting to see the benefits of working together.
Oh, isn't that cute? You're still a terrible person. Now the problem here... Well, A, I can't match distressed and grieving. But I don't think she can match any of this. Maybe the triangle. So what I think I can do... Start with this one. Then we chatter to this one. Like, so this'll break us for one. But we can't help that. Nothing we can do about it. Chatter to this one. See what she has with this? No, because if she breaks it, then all that progress has gone to waste anyway. So maybe I just do this, we break twice, reshuffle to get stuff she has. I think that's the only way. Yeah, get some triangles.
If you're trying not to step on my plants, you're not trying very hard.
I wasn't, actually, but...
I seem to have gotten ahead of myself. Never mind, I hate you and everybody related to you.
No, actually, there. Yeah, and then you can match whatever you want. See, you're fine, Masha. Don't worry about it.
Don't misunderstand me now. I still think some of the stuff you look back is pretty weird. Here, these caladiums are for you. You've earned them. Take care of them like you've taken care of the store, like you've taken care of the town. Do that, and I'm sure they'll bring you happiness.
Now, it'd be really funny if we put those in the store and then she buys them.
The caladiums, I love those. Just like I grown.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Returns to her garden, her back is turned, but you can tell she's smiling, even if just a little. Papa, what do I replace? I don't want to lose any of my cards.
So I guess this for another shuffle? I don't know.
We've got the whole world at our fingertips. No quests. It's just go out there and be the best we can be. Oh, except we do have a quest. Mom's oldest friend, Isabella, lives here. Well, let's go talk to Isabella, and we're gonna be here with the caravan. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. And then I guess we'll just... There's something up there. Huh. Either way, we'll play it by ear. We don't have a quest as much. Here, you're able navigating the winding canyon roads is second nature to you now. You're able to appreciate the roadside sculptures and colorful architecture as you follow Nadine up the plateau. Isabella's helping someone move a chair into storage. Hey, Isabella. Huh. So what if I do thunder and I don't have fatigue? Do we get anything out of it? Or, I mean, it's just play with thunder, because, you know, that's cool, too. As I'll start with Isabella. After Marquez, we're gonna need to talk to Thunder anyway. We're gonna be like, ugh, gotta lower my blood pressure. All right. Fireflies dot the night sky and brightly colored paper lanterns float towards the waning moon. The creation and destruction art show was a success for Pachenko, but Isabella looks sad. Little bird, rumor spreads far and fast in close-knit communities. I can't help but worry about the time you've been sharing with Marquez. I told her to get bent when she told me to leave, or convince Uzits to stay here. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm on your side, Isabella. Your mom and I helped found the circle to help everyone. Unfortunately, folks like Marquez only care about helping themselves. That's why your mom and Marquez never got along, and why your mom left Pachenko in the end. We had another founding partner, but he left ages ago. I've heard rumor he's in Hara now. Perhaps you've heard the name before. It's an old city, abandoned one that's water dried up. Hara isn't too far from here. The main problem is the neglected roads. Hey, we can go to Hara. Never mind, that's what we're doing next. Not that we could do much in one trip, but hey, we can see it at least. I can't help but wonder what your mom would think about you getting wrapped up in the wrong side of all this ancient history. I'm not getting wrapped up in it. Like, I've talked to her, but I didn't, like, side with her. I guess because we did the last conversation with her, like with Marquez, instead of just blowing her off. I'm sure your mom would remember what it was like to be young and headstrong. That's at least one thing you two have in common. She found her own way, and I'm sure you will too. The road she walked had its share of bumps, but in the end, it's one she picked for herself, and I suppose that's what matters. Okay, now we got a problem. Oh, well... We'll shuffle, she'll break, but we have the accord, so it's fine. We're golden, we love you, Isabella, don't worry. Well, no matter what happens out there, I know your mom is cheering you on, and so am I, even if I worry about your choice of friends. Alright, so I guess we spent too much time with Marquez that she's just like, no good. You know what? Forget you, Marquez. Thunder! New friends! Yeah, see? Forget Marquez. We don't need that friend. We got this one. You turn away from one of the vendor stalls to find Thunder has made friends with another pup. Aww. Did you make a friend? I'm so glad for you, Thunder. There you go. Good job, Thunder. Good conversation. Woo!
Thunder zooms around between your legs, overcome with excitement. Yeah. You know what? I don't want to worry, Isabella. We're out. Bye, Marquez. We're going to Hara. It's somehow connected to Circle and Pachenko. Hey, and yeah. Diva used to live there, right. Welcoming Russ. Sure, join him for a spell. Single-use accord. Now we learned just how single-use it is. Both, once it's broken, it's gone, but if you even play the card, even if you don't use the accord, it's gone. So... I think we will give it to... Accommodate? We could use it in potentially any situation. Sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, Diva used to live here, so... I was like, there's ghosts here. That's not a ghost. Nameless. Well, it might be a ghost. Yeah, and I got an achievement, visit Hara. The lonely hollow buildings of Hara are an oppressive reminder of what happens when the aquifers go dry. The decaying structures and empty streets have been given over to wind and desert rodents. A reclusive hermit, unbothered by the world. The eremite. Hara is even quieter than you imagined, its tall buildings crowding the horizon like so many giant tombstones. Up ahead, a solitary figure sits cross-legged by the roadside, the only other living person all the way out here. Stop. Blessed paths, traveler. Oh, that locket would bring back memories. I haven't seen that since Pachenko. So he must be Tomas's grandfather? Father? Yeah, I think Tomas's grandfather was what it was. It was Isabella, your mom, Marquez's mom, I think, and Tomas's grandfather's. So I'm assuming that's who that is? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I don't want to play that, though. But I have to. It was your mother's, I see. Your mother, she founded the Circle in Pachenko, as did I. You must already know to come all the way out here. I imagine you've heard unflattering tales. Only about Marquez, nothing about you. I'm not the person I was back then, not in name or character, but the Circle certainly led to who I am now. Our mission was simple, fill the world with beauty. Unfortunately, this world has a way of making simple things complex. I tried to keep the Circle whole, to keep profits from entering into the equation. Our art was supposed to enrich the world, not make us rich. Yes, but... there is the whole, like... You can only, like... Oh. Well, okay, got those. Do I trouble you? No, just my cards. And he breaks again. And I can't do anything with that, but I can accord it. Okay, I left all this behind me. Please respect that. Yeah, like, I understand that, like, art just for art's sake is great and all. But, like, here in the real world, you have to find a balance. You can't just... Like, yes, art for nothing but profit's terrible, but, like, you know. Trade, commerce, savvy. Trade, commerce, and savvy brought Pachenko to life, filled it with wonder. For a time, this was enough. The trouble began when the Circle set its sights on Hara. Once a metropolis, Hara's water all but dried up, leaving it in sharp decline. Population dwindling, we imagined that with a large investment, Hara could be restored, and the Circle's sphere of influence could expand, so we struck a deal with the Rilkers. Your mom and young Marquez were its strongest proponents. Interesting. Of course, the Rilkers had no intention of saving Hara. What they wanted were rare metals buried deep in the earth below the city. They threw out the stragglers, and what remained of Hara was stripped, gutted, but not before they paid us handsomely. That was when I knew we had gone too far. That also explains why your mom hates them so much. Because she was, like... You know, she was like, well, like, let's get this and save the city. And then they turned around and ended up damning the city. And your mom was like, screw you, Rilkers. Greed, excess. I left when the founders turned on one another. I gave up my possessions, my relationships, even my own name. Your mother, she did the same, to an extent. Conflict makes us seek new lives, unforeseen. These aren't the answers you wanted, I imagine. I hope you've lived enough for that to feel familiar. Bless your path.
He's not wrong. You've grown accustomed to the challenges inherent to uncovering the past. Heading deeper into Hara, you wonder what else the silent remains of the city might have seen over the years, and how in the end, all that's left are mysteries. Yeah, you kind of seem like a coward running away from everything. Like, it's like we messed up, the Rilkers destroyed Hara, and so, like, your thing is to, like, give up your name and run and hide to never be seen again by the world. Like, at least Isabella is making the world a slightly better place with her candy shop. I should meet Klaus here? Oh, she's still in Anka? Says no one's here, so I think that's a lie. I can go back, though? Oh, but I can't talk to... I can just go back and talk to her. Well, forget that. Hey, Tomas is in Clifton. All right. Yeah. See, Isabella, what are you worried about? Tomas is in Clifton. What do we want to perfect draw? Ooh. No. That already has that on it. What am I doing? This one, I guess. Yeah. Your arrival is slowed by the steady flow of families and merchants making their way to Clifton. Many of the neighboring communities did not have the resources to rebuild. Though the atmosphere on the road is solemn, the market is bustling once again. Thunder, searching for shade. Get rid of some of that fatigue. Hot dog! The midday sun is harsh, and Thunder's tongue lolls from his mouth despite the water you give him. Hey, speaking of water, are you a dog on a search for a piece of cool shade? Take a water break. They loll it with your tongue. Okay, maybe just drink it normally. Arf. I know, Thunder. Arf. Here we go. Fork! Shade is scarce at this time of day, but eventually Thunder settles in under a merchant's umbrella, making easy friends. And now I'm less tired, watching those antics. Tomas! Unloading crates of original artwork. Hey, buddy. The market is vibrant. The market is vibrant. I can talk. I take another water break, I guess. The market is vibrant with only a hint of previous landslides. Spotted birds squawk indignantly from their cages. The smell of cinnamon wafts through the prevailing, wind. One of the stalls sells paintings of the dramatic style is oddly familiar. Is it? We only met Tomas once this playthrough. Hi, can I interest you in a portrait of a silk weaver? Oh, it's my first customer. Please remember who I am. I remember you from the previous game that we reloaded. I haven't actually... Like, I met you a little bit in this game. But I don't actually know you all that well this time. I moved to Clifton to see how new audiences respond to my work. Hopefully they weren't just being polite. Well, everyone from Pachenko was so nice about my leaving. I can't believe I was just being anxious for nothing. Or do they secretly hate me? Oh, you're fine. Uh-oh, I'm not, though. Well, I got some cards. You do remember who I am, right? Oh, no, Tomas, You must play 2 cards. Oh, sorry, I have to help a customer real quick. No, Tomas, don't worry. It's fine. Okay, we do this. Then we do this. And then we chatter, so we get to play again. Or do we keep this for one of his cards? Play this. Yeah, because that will still have a triangle, so it's fine. Uh-oh. I don't want any of these. This is well, if he plays this, that could be useful. Ugh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be real close. I don't know how I'll repay Marquez for all the money she spent on my move, but I can try. So, I wanted to thank you for buying my painting and not running away screaming during our other conversation. So I guess like Marquez pays for it so that she can try and extend the influence elsewhere. Oh, whew. Woo! Since you travel a lot, maybe one of the smaller paintings will be easier for you to carry around. I have a series of square landscapes here. You say goodbye to Tomas, who seems to have grown into his own ambitions. At least he doesn't shrink back when he talks to other customers. Good job, Tomas. Good job. Yeah, that. Moving on. Oh, that's just the how did folks fare in my absence? So let's see. We can talk to everyone there. Anka, no one is there. Okay, so if I go to Desert Oasis, I could get succulents and dried fruit. Because at this point, I guess it's just sort of get stuff for our thing back home. But then the problem is that I have to go up here and then like I could skip, say, Tosende. Huh, Arot's up there though. As is that dude. Huh. Maybe I do want to go to Tosende, just see what's up with them. Like, yeah, there's old Murray folks, and like there's the Aldhurst people, and yeah. There's a lot I could do. It's gonna be hard to do it though, as we learned last time. Like, you can sort of choose like the stuff here or the stuff here, but you're gonna get too fatigued to actually win any conversations. Whatever, we've been helping this side and doing well. We'll keep doing it. Probably something with maybe this one, double, because it's not as good on the left, so we can just kind of smoosh it over, even if we can't match it, but we do have that. Would have preferred chatter or something, but you know, it is what it is. Travelers stroll the paths that ring the oasis, protected from the desert sun by leafy palms and hanging awnings. Sounds and smells spill from open doorways into the common space of the oasis, welcoming and gentle. Theo, he's got an old shop, but a new bell. Hey, you're doing great, Theo. See, raisins in the sun. Upon seeing you approach the fruit stand, Theo happily beckons you over. Mimi standing next to him, tending to the apple chips, and he's positively giddy with excitement. Ah, it's so adorable.
Want to hear the craziest story? You'll never believe who just popped up in Desert Oasis.
Is it the lady that you specifically wrote to and I specifically brought here? Is it that one? Because, you know, I just have a thought, but maybe I will believe it. Alright, so triangles and squares. Well, okay, or shuffle. Triangles.
Yeah, you guessed it. Mimi moved back to town. Oh, I'm simply over the moon. There I was, tending to my business just like I do every day. Well, okay, technically I was resting my weary eyes for a moment or two.
I mean, that is kind of how you tend to the business every day. Let's be real here. That is how you tend to your business. I don't know, that one. Yeah, we got triangles and squares. We are good on that. Yes, let's get triangles and squares.
I felt someone tapping on my shoulder. When I opened my eyes, it was as if I'd seen a ghost, the most lovely, beautiful ghost.
Adorable.
You know, it's funny. I always used to scoff when A-Rot suggested I find myself a partner to help manage the fruit stand.
Hey, A-Rot's grown, you've grown. Your fruit stand has grown, maybe, I don't know, but... And here we are. Look at that, a cataclysmic earthquake, but we're all doing better for it.
Now that I've got Mimi here by my side, I can't imagine anything that would make me happier. And that's all thanks to you for delivering that letter.
Theo passes a handful of his precious ruby raisins. Hey, play matchmaker achievement for getting Mimi and Theo together. Aww. And precious ruby raisins to Mimi. Together, the two of them hold hands as they watch the sun go down over the endless oasis sky. Adorbs. Adorbs. She's got a new shop and a new bow. Newly reunited with her old flame, Mimi now happily sets up a little succulent stand right next to Theo. She hums gleefully to herself as she arranges cacti into an ever-catching display. That's just so adorable. They're like, he's sitting there in his wheelchair doing his like fruit stand stuff, and she's sitting next to him just doing her little Oh, it's so adorable.
Remember that story I told you about the vineyard in Ramina and the sweetest grapes I ever tasted?
Yeah, sure. I didn't, but now I do that you mention it, sure. That one. Pick a card, any card. Well, I've got squares, so I could chatter. Ooh, but that ends with a diamond. Ooh, actually, factually. Yeah, well, we'll pick this. Actually, maybe we pick this again. Square, triangle. I could start with this. Yeah, go into this. It'll still have a square for her. There you go. She has a lot of triangles. Okay. After all these years, it turns out that Theo kept them and turned them into ruby raisins. Oh, that is taste even sweeter now, if you can believe it. Oh, he's such a romantic. You're such a romantic. You're all romantics. It's not quite as large as my garden in Longgate, but this little succulent stand I'm setting up should still do the trick. I think I'm gonna call my shop Sweet Succulents. Do you like the name? I do. Oh. Well, I don't like that as much. Isn't Theo just the cutest? She's just distracted. Hopefully you've got some squares up in theirs. Well, okay, now we've got some triangle we can do. Hey, woo, squares up in theirs. Theo's worried that customers might get confused because his shop is called Succulent Sweets, but I'm not worried at all. The two names are completely different. Oh, that's so cute. Sweet Succulents and Succulent Sweets. No, like that is going to bring people in. Trust me. Tell you the truth, I'm not worried about too much these days. I help Theo tend to his shop. He helps me tend to mine. Things have a way of working out in the end, wouldn't you agree? I would. Especially when I'm on the road helping him. Bop. 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 Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boop. Any doubts I had about turning over a new leaf and moving the desert oasis, they evaporated the second I saw Theo smiling under that great big beard of his. Beaming, Mimi steals a quick glance over to her sweetheart Theo, who smiles back at her, both of them grinning from ear to ear as if they were school children. See? That's why we came over to this side, even if we are gonna, like, mess up on the, east side of the map now. No. It's a downgrade, but whatever. Hey, Diva. You find Diva pounding a handwritten sign reading, "Desert Oasis welcomes you," into the ground. It's not perfect, but the roughness gives it a certain charm. Well, hello again. I was hoping I'd see you. I received word that the caravan was going to make a proper stop here next month. Amazing. This could be just the traction we need to grow a community here once again. I'm so grateful for any hand you had in getting the word out. I mean, I talked to Nadine, but I never actually mentioned the Oasis. I guess it just came up in you're not actually listening conversation. This one. Then a little bit of this one. Okay, yeah, sure. We're doing great. We'll let you have your choice of triangle or square. A few new faces have turned up lately. The first of many with any luck. We're all pitching in to build something here. Something even better than what came before. Oh, also I met your ghost over in Hara. You know, the look you have in your eyes now reminds me of someone I met a long time ago. A man, actually. He was headed to the Long Gate. I'm not sure what he was looking for, but he was definitely looking for something. Camel cheese. Whatever it was, I hope he found it. Not last I knew. I could go up there and talk with him, but that seems a little far out of the way. Oh, that's fine. We are golden. Well, just thought I should mention it in case it's important. Maybe it is important. Resemblance was pretty undeniable. Not trying to pry, just thought you should know. Well, I guess I better be getting back to work preparing for the caravan's arrival. Safe travels out there. Wait. Your sharing in Diva's excitement is overshadowed by this new revelation. You're used to following in Mom's footsteps, but it's been a while since you thought about dun-dun-dun, Dad. Interesting. Okay, is there someone there then? Is this Dad? Is this your papa? Well, let's find out. Now this is the one, one of them, is this the one where you pick a card to clone or you pick a card to get rid of and something else gets cloned? Choose a card to sacrifice, yeah. We just hope it turns in. Okay, that's fine. Are you my dad? Past the desert oasis, past the caravan routes and desert encampments, the long gate marks the edge of the world. Beyond lies the long... Okay, yeah. Aeneas, are you my dad? The night market is one of the few things that the residents of the Long Gate could consider their own. Artisans put out earthenware pottery, fire sculpted glass. You catch a familiar figure examining the fried pork skewers. I had a feeling our path would cross again. How fitting we should both find ourselves in this curious market, so many miles from home. Yes, but what's more curious is, are you my papa? Oh, I don't have any squares, so, let's reshuffle. I've got some squares, but I have less triangle. This will be tricky. I wasn't inviting an argument. No, but were you inviting me home for dinner, Dad? Yeah, all of his has, like, have doubles on the side, so... I don't know, maybe I play some more things first before we draw a card, like... I'm just... a little worried. Ugh, this is rough. Okay. I can do this, chatter into the eye, see what he has. Come, let us experience the purity of this moment together, with our own eyes. As a fellow traveler, you must know how much the truth gets distorted in the retelling. So, are you my dad or not? That seems like a yes or no question. It's hard for most adventurers to risk life and limb for a place they know nothing about, certain. Again, that's all well and good, but... Okay, so he's got diamonds as well. Okay, well, we can make do with that. Circle or square? How about... you go to triangle. I hail from a place called Aza, a lovely little mining town. Azans are fluent in body language because our parents spent half their lives under protective suits. Owing to our origins, we are also adept at reading the Earth's secrets as easily as your people read books. This skill has served my present employers well over the countless years. Precious stones, rare metals, I'm quite good at finding them wherever they hide out in these sands. You work for the Rilkers. Is that why Mom and Dad separated? I remember when I first met a man from your lands. He was stubbornly prideful, not heeding our warnings, and he ended up passing out in the mines. What did he want from them? Who can say? Or is that your dad? Maybe Aeneas isn't. Maybe that random guy is. I don't know. Since this is the last trip, I guess we're not going to learn all that much. But... hey, you've got squares still. I'm going to do this one now. And then we choose square diamond. And then, yeah, we're good. You're not my papa. Get out of here, sir. Get your camel cheese and leave. I carried him to safety, and he fled our house the next morning, trying to save face, I expect. He was certainly an odd person. Something about Aeneas' story tugs at the edges of your memory, but you can't quite place it. You still manage to enjoy an evening of revelry, fried foods, and drinks. Well, I guess that's a future playthrough, Is Aeneas your dad, and you're remembering this from childhood, or is that guy your dad that he saved? One of the two, one of the two. But we'll never know on this trip because we're through. Sure. Let's keep going. Fortunately, I can't flood forever. Can't it though? Insert, sure. Why not? Oh, that actually won't work. Because you'd have to insert it between things that have different... yeah, never mind. That's a bad insert. I guess that one then. That's not chatter. Where's my chatter? Oh, so tired. We get a thunder? Thunder. The floodwaters have mostly receded, but the repairs have a long way to go. You take your time navigating carefully around small ponds and washed out roads. Maya seems optimistic. Arot's inspecting robots. Stranger. Gazing across the ruined fields. I'm gonna talk to you. Taking aim, he disdainfully spits sunflower seeds on the ground right in front of you. Message received. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. That's the first time someone's actually refused to talk to us. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Alright, Arot. Clipboard and pen at the ready, Arot appears to be inspecting a group of robots. Like shiny toy soldiers, they line up for him to look them up and down. He eagerly waves you over upon seeing you. Welcome to Tsende. Name's Arot. I'm a union man. Your make and model, please. Oh, Arot. Oh, Arot. I'd say never change, but the fact is you matured and changed, and you're all the better for it now. Oh. You just have a lot of squares, my man. Wait a minute, you're no robot. We've met before. Oh, Arot. Nice try, but you can't fool a professional robotics guy. That's the face of a professional robotics guy right there. I'm a man of science, see? How different can trains and robots be, after all? There's no difference. They're the same thing. You got it, Arot. You got it. To be precise, I'm a robot workers' rights advocate. The good citizens of Tsende here are looking to organize. Those doggone Rilkers are taking advantage of it. Fortuitously, I just so happen to know a thing or three about the laws of robotics. All right. Color me impressed. Oh, you had no more squares. That's unfortunate. For a non-robot, you sure do a real good impression of one. I assure you that you're not one. Well, we have an accord, so that helps. Oh, here you go. Take both. Choose a card to add to your hand. Gross. We have an accord, though, so that's okay. Oh, that could have been tricky, but we did it. First law is a robot must protect its existence from rust. Wait, maybe that was the third law? You probably couldn't tell, but I've kind of been figuring stuff out as I go. Greasing the wheels, as they say. It's a little trick I picked up back in Anka. But no one ever mentioned what happened if the wheel got too greasy. Oh, Arot. You suggest Arot ask the robots if it's wheel grease he's worried about, to which he enthusiastically agrees. You wish him luck, even though you're fairly certain he has a surplus. That's true. If there's one thing Arot has, it's luck on his side. What do we want? Another draw like this one? I don't really want any of these cards, that's the problem, so. Maybe it's time well, we have two of these, so how about that? Sure, Maya, she seems optimistic. She stands next to a line of picketing robots. Behind her, the Rilker Farms logo has a simple message painted over it. Unionize! Yeah. Oh, wait, what did I for Hara?
Oh, hello. I've rewritten my programming since our last conversation. I'm no longer a loyal employee.
Good. Damn the man. Save the Empire.
Damn the man! Save the Empire!
Gross looking hands, though, on my part. Hopefully you got a square, because otherwise we're gonna double fail. Right out the gate.
I don't have time for distractions.
No, I know, your picketing is important work, I get it, but listen, you see, the thing is that I need cards I can play.
If you're here to work, you should reevaluate your decision. Rilker Farms does not treat its workers well.
I'm not here to work, trust me. Rilkers and I, we don't get along well.
In the recent flood, several workers lacked appropriate protocol and drowned. The Rilkers did not assist.
Yeah, that sounds about par for the course. They're terrible people like that. Sure. Sure. You don't well. Okay.
Ugh. We also had a human worker not provided with adequate food, clothing, and socialization. I cannot locate him.
Oh, I wonder if that's, I can't think of his name, but the refugee in Aldhurst. I wonder if that's him. Was there anyone here when we were here before, besides Oscar? I don't remember.
I submitted a report to the Rilker family suggesting corrections to their time-tested values. I did not receive a response.
That's why you gotta go out and picket the line. Let's hope you've got a square in there, square in there, square in there. You don't have a square in there, what the heck?
Stop interfering with our worker action.
I'm not interfering with your worker action. Oh well, I tried.
That is not currently helpful. Join us in our struggle for liberation or go elsewhere.
I'm trying to. If he breaks off talking to you, a few other worker robots cluster around you and escort you from the farm. You aren't harmed. Yeah, I know, they're all well and good enough, but I wanted to join the union. Ugh. Me and my fatigue. So I could go up here and it's just like a random thing. There's crazy oh, hey, Fisher dudes up there. But I think I'm not gonna bother because we don't really know anything about them. And yeah, it's just like Long Gate when it's like, oh, maybe you're gonna meet your dad. Sure, I'll go out of the way for that. But we'll go to Old Moray. Then potentially Aldhurst. These days it's not just water the city has to worry about. Yes. Snuggle up with Thunder. Remove a fatigue. Now, if we could just get Thunder to show up in the city, too. Remove a second fatigue. Come on, Thunder. Let's go bork at stuff together. Bork, bork, bork. Yes, bork, bork. The waters around the towers of Old Moray are filled with the remnants of sunken homes, destroyed shops, a lost doll, a broken table, a tangled mess of sodden clothes. The sounds of angry crowds float across the water. Thunder is confused by the unsteady ground. Thunder is initially cautious as you disembark Old Moray, wary of the floating walkways and surging ground beneath his paws. He perks up on the crowd parts to reveal the water on all sides. He's like, water break? Arf? Arf? Yeah, it's a water break, Thunder. I know. Okay. You lure him away from the dark, crowded water with a smelly treat. It's not safe for him to swim here. He ignores it. Somewhere he found a treat to give you instead. What do you get? Must be eels. They taste better than they look. Hey, look at that. Gull, same as she ever was. She'll go down with the ship. Same as she ever was. Same as she ever was. She's just a talking head. Gull blasts her siren and signals for you to pull over. She appears more fatigued than the last time you saw her. Hi, Gull. Stop. Pull over. Put your license and registration out where I can see them. Oh, you again? What are you doing back in Old Moray? Getting eels, apparently. What are you doing back in Old Moray? Like, that doesn't even... What? We're grooving. Uh-oh. Not grooving anymore. These days, people are leaving town faster than they're entering it. Makes my job easier, but a lot more boring. Since the riot, things have only gotten worse for this city. You're not here to make trouble, are you? No, I tried to join the unionizing robots, but they wouldn't have me. Good. I'm starting to think people don't take the Rilker badge seriously anymore. They shouldn't. The Rilkers are terrible, and you're terrible for supporting them. I mean, what? Nothing. Yeah, I know, you're unhappy about this card. I should really give you a ticket for this infraction. What's the point? The point is that I'm amazing, and you should come and go to Bartow with me. All right, so I can do this. Now let's see what she got. It's fine because she made an accord. It is fine. Hey, that's I think the first time we've actually succeeded talking with Gull. No, we did the one time. That's what got us into town, right? That's gonna take a while, but law and order will be restored to Old Moray someday. Well, that is if it's not completely underwater by then. Gull grits her teeth, picks her chin up, and waves you on. I mean, it's not that I'm against there being law and order. It's just that I don't want it to be the Rilker's law and order. Like, having it be complete anarchy chaos isn't good, but... Tariq is thinking about escalation. Oh, sorry. Law and order is okay, just maybe not the Rilker. Never mind, let's go firebomb stuff with Tariq. The crowd below the towers has grown noticeably in size, and the once peaceful protesters are now showing signs of anger and despair. From the cover of a dark alleyway, Tariq beckons you over. His tone is hushed and conspiratorial. These Rilkers, they make me so damn furious. They could help so many people here in Old Moray, and yet they still refuse. This is my home. Is there anything in this world that would convince them to let us in? Firebomb! Sorry. Oh, what was that? We were talking about something? I gotta shuffle. Got too many fatigues. No, you're absolutely right. The Rilkers would rather watch us die than open their doors to a poor commoner. We've tried convincing them with peaceful methods, but perhaps that time is over. Thinking it's time to take off the kitty gloves and do something a bit more drastic. Understand where I'm headed with this? I mean, I literally suggested firebombing the place to you, but... Oh, perhaps this conversation isn't a good idea. Also, let me put a disclaimer out there for Twitch and YouTube. Because it's a video game. Don't actually solve your problems by firebombing people, okay? In real life, don't do that. But, since we're not in real life... Just saying. I gotta hope he's... yeah, we gotta hope for a square. That's what you have to say after all you've seen and heard? That I have a square? Yes. Or that you have a square. You don't. You have a depression. Please, just forget I even told you any of this. Well... Disappointed by your lack of commitment to the cause, Tariq waves you off, realizing perhaps he's the only person of Old Moray who has the courage and the will to do what he knows must be done. What is it about, like, I just fail every time at trying to, like, take down the Rilkers? I mean, I set up Theo and Mimi, so I guess that's okay for this playthrough, too, but, like, let's convince Gull to leave. Nope. Let's convince, like, Tariq to attack the Rilkers. Nope. Let's convince the robot, like, join the Union. Nope. As you approach your storefront, Talia peeks out from behind a window shade, looking like a nervous wreck. Yeah, you don't want your son involved with the protests, and I'm here encouraging him to commit violence. Oh. I'm worried about Tariq. Have you seen him around? Yeah, last thing I was edging him on to burn the place to the ground. What about it? You were what? Nothing. Could I buy some sardines? That's what I said. Ha 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 ha. I made him promise not to get involved with the protest, but if he's anything like his mother, nothing will keep him away from doing what he thinks is right. Yeah, it seems a little hypocritical of you to be like, yeah, screw the Rilkers, but not when it's my son. Like, someone else's, like, the other people, like, they should stand up and get in trouble, but not my kid. Like, back in the day, I was actually quite the activist. A peaceful one, of course, though I did get into trouble sometimes. You probably didn't know that about me, did you? All right, well, okay, that's to be fair. Like, if you're just like, she's fine with him being an activist and just not a violent one. But I do want it stated that it would be hypocritical for you to be an activist and say other people should be, but your kid can't be one. I didn't think so. You'd probably also be surprised to hear that your mom, she was an activist. No, I'm not surprised in the least. She never really told you the stories, huh? I've heard stories. Trust me, I am not surprised in the least. Back when Tariq was a baby, Old Moray got hit hard by the Algae fever. Your mom managed to smuggle in all kinds of goods right under the Rilkers' noses. She handed it all to anyone who needed it, free of charge. Screw the Rilkers, man. Let them burn with the ship. All right. And what do we get for this conversation? Never did find out exactly how she got all that stuff in. I suspect she was in cahoots with the crew of the Wave Dancer. Ooh. Thanks to your mom, my son is still alive today. We consider her a hero around these parts. Teary-eyed Talia touches your arm gently and smiles. She tells you that wherever your mother is right now, she must be looking down on you with pride. Talia wipes her watery eyes and heads out to look for her missing son. He's in the alleyway over there. Now I do kind of want to check out the Wave Dancer. But I also kind of want to see if... Because we got Hara the last day. Like, if we go to Aldhurst, could we connect it? I want to try. I want to try. We're getting 2 more fatigues, so we very well might not. But I want to try. All right, some sense of underlying tension as you pass an assortment of tents and makeshift shelters. Shops stand open. They're not entirely welcoming. Yeah, I know. Performing for an audience of 1. His tent has moved across town. Wow, he's got squares and more squares. Let's start with Lars. Why not? He's living in a tent. It's designed to be taken down and moved frequently. He doesn't have many possessions. Look, I still feel bad for you, man, but you still creep me out and look like a weird frog dude. Figured I would have moved on from Aldhurst by now. You look like a weird frog man. I do not like it. Why? Why are you trying to make this harder for me? Do you want to talk to someone who's willing? Easy for you to say. Yes, because I don't play the despair card, unlike you, and I can't match that. Look, you have a square. I know you do. I can see it right there. Unfortunately, I guess this, just in case he plays a double despair. Now, he probably doesn't have circle. So let's insert here. Okay, yeah, that was the right choice, so you can match the square. It's not doing me any good to be here. Got forced off that patch I was trying to garden. People sure have a lot of papers. I'd go elsewhere, but I need more food and money for the road. Hey, don't sweat it. I'm not going to ask you for that. Yeah, because we're probably going to fail this conversation. So, you know. Ooh. Well, do we do this? And I hope he has another square, and then we can use this to match a depression? Or do we keep this for... But now we're screwed. I'm tired of traveling when I don't know where I'm headed. It's not as if there's some town with a carpet rolled out for me. No, there isn't. You just have to make your own way. That's how this goes. If I'm going to be unwelcome somewhere, it might as well be Aldhurst. At least the summers are mild. I mean, you could also try to... Well, I mean, either way, we break it and only get a square for him to match. Don't expect too much from me. I'm not doing so well. Maybe some sleep would help. I don't know anymore. By the time you leave, his attention's already turning inward again. He doesn't expect to connect with people much. I tried, man, but... You just have so many cards that don't connect well. Aurora. Softly strumming a weathered, stately old guitar outside her shop. No crowd day. Oh, didn't see you there. Sorry, mood around town's been different these days. Leads the mind to wander back a ways, back to better days. Hey, does that sound like it could be the beginning of a song? Yeah, mood is different because all of you people are being super racist. Well, again, not cityist, I guess is the word we came up with. And we fail our first one. Don't much like this tune. That's funny. It was a favorite of your mom and her friend. What was his name again? I don't recall. Been too long. Best of luck on your future travels. Sure. The shelves in Tosuto's store rise almost 20 feet, filled with jars of colorful foods. He waves from a rolling ladder. The supply here could feed a small town for months. I'll pickle anything you can imagine here. Anything. Look at these shelves and call me a liar. I'm not calling you a liar. I believe you, actually. What do you got? A lot of diamonds. Okay. You do have a circle, so that's cool. That's cool. I need to shuffle my fatigue away. Carrots, cucumbers. If it fits in a jar, I'll pickle it. Doesn't fit in a jar, I'll make it fit. There you go. That's the attitude to have. This wasn't my idea, believe it or not. Folks cried out, Tosuto, sell those amazing pickles. Look, you're still full of yourself, but you are actually, like, helping the town as opposed to just kind of, like, being pissy about it like Aurora and Salem, so, you know, I'll let it slide. This is a problem. Well, I can get the diamond for him to match at least. Can't know if you like it till you try it. Trying out new things is an important part of life. Could you match something that I have, please? Oh. That works. That works. This does not work. But I chatter to a shuffle. Hopefully he has a square. We might make this work. Who am I to refuse my adoring fans? I'm just giving people what they want. Now I've perfected dozens of flavors. You know, I came up from nothing. Nothing to my name but a cucumber, a little vinegar, and a dream. Look at me now. I'm looking. I'm confused, but I'm looking. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got something against pickles? I find that hard to believe. No, I have something against not being able to match my cards to yours. Oh, but we did it. Somehow we made it work. The power of pickles. Yeah, you're interested, I can tell. Try a couple pickles on the house, you'll fall in love. You are fascinated by some of his more unique experiments. He explains how he came up with each one, though the stories sound a little fake. You can try to get some matcha and some crickets or nuts, whatever they're selling. And then we go back to Bartow. Oh, 6 fatigue. You're probably not gonna get this, but... Number of town folks watches your... What? Whoa, 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 pause. Ukamboro obituaries? What? Miriam, a recent arrival, she found herself right at home befriending neighbors and uplifting the community. She will be sorely missed. Matilda will hold a service in the town center. Oh, Miriam passed away. Aw, Thunder. Go chase down a lizard, for Miriam's sake. The dusty main road doesn't seem to hold much of interest to Thunder until your passing spooks a lizard from its sunny spot. Hey man, it's just a lizard. Don't worry about it. Doot, 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 doot. Ah, woo! Thunder takes down the road after it, barking in excitement. But... Alright, Matilda's finishing the service for Miriam. Lexus is setting up a new stall. Alright, well, let's talk to Matilda first. Hey, Matilda, what happened? The funeral takes place on a sunny day, so Miriam's weeping admirers have to provide the rain. Oh, that's... Ooh. That is poetic. The funeral takes place on a sunny day, so the weeping admirers have to provide the rain. It's in the fields. After Matilda's final words, the guests shuffle into Miriam's old chocolate store to drink and feast, but Matilda invites you for a walk. I didn't lie to Miriam, you know. All her readings were joyful. I saw the whale, an oak tree, even the unbroken comet. I believe you. Okay, let's keep the accord trade a rolling. Well, I want that accord, that's for sure. Maybe I'm just no good at sadness. I read we were supposed to have rain today, but I even managed to chase the clouds away. I mean, but the poetry, the weeping admirers provided the rain, right? I guess that's not a horrible quality to have. We're gonna need a lot of hope around this place. A lot of new people are coming in by railroad. Unfortunately. Oh, that's a bad draw. That's a very bad draw. Stop. Death. It's so heavy, you know? Unfortunately, unless I draw super, super well, this is not gonna end well for us. You need some space, I understand. Oh, I need better cards. Okay, she's got to have a triangle. Or we're screwed. That. Oh, or that in case, well, no, because if she plays a sad, depressed card, it's not gonna match anything, so that. All right. I'm thinking. And you're like, what are you thinking? Because, yes, I could just do that. But maybe what I do, if she has a circle, I think the better way to play this, we do this, break the accord, chatter into this one, which leaves her with a circle, and then leaves us with something we can respond with. Oh, I got another fatigue, though. Ugh. I think Bucamburo will be okay. There's got to be more people like Miriam in the world that want to come here. If the railroad wasn't reopened, maybe I would never have met Miriam. We got to take care of it, no matter what. Well, unless I get the super luckiest of all draws, which I did. Woo! Sorry, I just miss her a lot. She was such a nice person, especially to kids. Let me cry a little bit, okay? Hey, it's fine to cry. You let Matilda cry on your jacket. You also loaned her your handkerchief. She seems grateful for your assuring presence. And I got a achievement, a somber day. All right, well, sad, but you know, that's life in Bucamburo. All right, Alexis, they are setting up a new stall. Unexpectedly, you pick out a familiar face among the crowd. It's none other than Alexis. Based on their stall, complete with a bright new umbrella, they appear to have bounced back. My most trusted customer. Yes, the rumors are true. I'm afraid I've left Clifton behind me. That's fine. To be fair, I wanted you to come to Bartow, but, you know, setting up shop in Bucamburo, that's not bad either. Well, you still have triangles, so maybe we get some chatter? Sure. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. The competition isn't so fierce here in Bucamburo, but that won't be the case in a few weeks. Well, then it's good you're setting up early. You got it. You got in on the ground floor. Oh, listen to me ramble. How does Bartow fare? Perhaps you should move too. It's a thought. No, I'm cool with Bartow. You big. Die! No, don't do that. Ugh. You know, at least I got some accords going. I'm trying to build a proper safety net out here for myself. Something that can endure a disaster or two. Smart. I'm having trouble finding sustainable growers around here, too. Many don't take proper care of their bees. It's true, a lot of people don't take care of their bees. Gotta respect the pollinators. Because if the pollinators fall, ecosystem falls. Does something trouble you? Yes, the plight of the bees. Come on, we only have to get 4, and I can... No, wait, I also have roasted crickets if nuts aren't your interest. I want both. But okay. We have an accord, so if you have a triangle, you can solve this. Thank goodness. Yikes. Oh, all that ruckus over there is about a funeral. That's a shame. I was wondering why my sales were slow. You wish Alexis luck, but don't think they'll need it for whatever quirks they might have. They're remarkably adaptable to circumstances, good and bad. That's someone you can look forward to doing business with. Yeah, see? Okay, see, you don't want me to come there anyways. We've got a trade going here. Now what I'm gonna do is, because we're just going back to Bartow, so it's mainly gonna be circles and triangles for our last conversation. So, as much as I want to have a shuffle, I should probably have a shuffle. Like, I don't know, because, like, square to link into square, like, square diamond that links into this, which gives a circle opportunity. Maybe this one. I don't know. I mean, that's bad to get rid of if there is, like, secret, like, haha, there's another day, but I think this is gonna be... Yeah, you'll end your current trip. You won't be able to leave again until you unpack your items. But this is the last trip, so I think it's okay to get rid of that. Even though it's a good square diamond card. We're not going to need it. Hey! Did you disembark? Tiresome journey. Nadine pulls you aside. Hey, indeed. I spoke with the other members of the caravan when we've reached a decision. Oh, do I have to card for this? Ugh. Gotta grab that. See, this is why. Because break a chord, but chatter to that, give her a circle. That is why. That's why I kept those ones. It was a difficult choice, really could have gone either way. Bartow hasn't exactly blossomed into the bustling trade hub your mom once promised us. But still, we feel it's headed in the right direction, and so I'm happy to report Bartow stays on the route. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're prepared to deal with whatever pressure the Rilkers try to exert on us. It's not up to them. Elias, you owe Nadine an apology. Maybe not for everything. You're right about a couple things, but you owe her a little bit of an apology. This decision is on a provisional basis, of course. We'll revisit it again if things ever take another turn for the worse, as businesses do. I'm not saying that you need to blindly follow, but... I hope you have a triangle, though. Hey, aced it. I am. But in the meantime, I hope you can rest a little easier now knowing Bartow has our support. As a congratulatory act, Nadine offers you her hand to shake. Be it delivering good news or bad, Nadine has never exactly been the mushy, emotional type. Yeah, one of those. And we'll ditch that one. All right. Samuel, you can hear his big-hearted belly laugh from outside. I wonder if they would have said something different if I didn't do, like, if she's... I mean, no, guys, I was thinking, like, what if I didn't talk to Nadine first? You had to, because she said hey and came and talked with you. It's like, what if you talked to them before you heard the news? As the aroma of home cooking beckons you into the roadhouse, which appears to be back to its old self. Inside, Samuel awaits with bright eyes and a warm greeting. Smelled the ribs, didn't you? Thought you might. It was one of your mom's favorites, too. Takes me back to the old days every time, making me all wistful, remembering the first time I met Isabella and your mom. Gross. Gross. We need... That didn't help. Oh. Oh, those were the days, I'm telling you, back when it was Isabella, me, your mom, your dad. Never was a dull moment between the four of us. And then he's like, meh, I can't match that. You know, I got a real kick out of helping out back when things were rough, but it sure feels good to see this place back to its old self. Couldn't have done it without you. I know. I am the protagonist, I know. Say, did I ever tell you about how I grew the biggest onion I ever seen? Let's see, it was about 17 years ago, to set the stage. I looked about the same then as I do at this moment. Now, stop me if you've heard this one before. Wait, you have? Oh, could have sworn. But, well, never mind then. Fortunately, this conversation is probably not gonna go well, but... I mean, if he keeps pulling shatters and doing the most of the work... Business is good. Feels like every other day there's a fresh face walking in the door. That ain't half bad for this sleepy little town. Caravan's a big part of that. It keeps the place kicking. That's why I do what I do. Just goes to show what an all-around amazing friend your mom was. I know for a fact she'd be beyond proud of everything you've done here. Nah. I mean, yes. It shows what an amazing friend I am, Samuel. I am your friend, and I'm keeping this place up. I'm gonna take over what Mom started. Don't be a stranger now. I'm throwing together a fresh new menu, and I'm gonna need someone to test it on, ain't I? You got it, buddy. Samuel's cheerful outlook is contagious. He has a knack for making you feel lucky and proud at the same time. Look forward to seeing more of him. Let's get some more chatters. It is what matters. Yeah, it is. I want to get rid of these, but like, because this one, having the chatter without this, we can't go into anything unless we have this, so it doesn't really help. But getting rid of this, then we have this, like, we still have. I don't know, that one is. Elias is in the mood to celebrate. You enter the coffee shop to find Elias sporting a huge smile on his face and handing out free cappuccinos to all his customers. Have you heard? Nadine managed to keep Bartow on the route. Uh-huh. And you were all like, she's with the Rilkers, me. I think you owe her an apology. Also, woohoo, I'm tired, though. About that. I'm so happy. I mean, not about Nadine staying, per se, but at least our little town still has a fighting chance. In your mom's store? You've got to be feeling relieved about all this, right? I am, but man, am I tired. It took a lot to get here. Hey, I'm confused. Aren't you happy about Nadine's news? I am. I'm just sleepy. Some things in Bartow change. Others will stay the same forever. Like me being tired after the end of the road. Well, you might have a triangle, so that'll help. Like, I want this to shuffle all this out, but he won't match it, so... That. Like, if I could pick one of these and know that I was gonna draw a triangle, that'd be great. But since we have, like, 1, 2, 3, we have a 3 out of 10 chance that picking this is not gonna help. Guess we'll find out. And it's good we didn't, because he gave us a circle in the first place. You're pretty much guaranteed to keep it well stocked now. She'd be proud, you know, your mom, of everything you've done here. Hey, luck holds on our side. I'm proud too. Proud of the store, proud to be your friend. You rush around the counter to give Elias a hug. It's been hard ever since Mom died, but through it all, Elias has been there for you. I don't know that there's any more, but I'll still pick that. We're getting our hometown cards back, circles and triangles. Look at that shop. Almost a perfect 10 items, just only missing 1 slot. A far cry from when we needed 3 items to guarantee stuff on that first trip. Bartow's future finally secured. You and Elias sit at Mom's old desk, feverishly planning all sorts of ways to improve the store in the years to come. I wonder if Mom felt a similar rush all those years ago when she sat down with her friends to create the circle. 10 years later. Just as you're ringing up your last customer at the end of a busy day, Elias joyfully bursts into the store, same way he always does. He carries a box of coffee beans under his arm. Look at him. Hey, I noticed you've been running low on our signature dark roast blend. Figured to bring another box over. The beans are really flying off the shelves, aren't they? Hey, I'm also glad that I did keep picking stuff for matching with circles and triangles, because it turns out we did have another conversation. What do I do now? Could break the accord, but we'll keep the accord going for now. Ah, the new packaging must have something to do with it. People really seem to love the new label. Even better than that, we get to see her smiling face every day, always watching over us. It's nice, isn't it? Do you put your mom on the label? Alright, well... break a cord. Chatter, chatter. We've got some more. I wonder if she'd be surprised at the fact that the two of us have somehow managed to remain friends all these years. She wouldn't be surprised at all. When you forgot to find me an instrument for my show at Samuel's, even I would admit things were looking a bit hairy. Hey, I looked, sir. I didn't find any. That's probably a conversation you've had over the years. Like, remember that day your mom had to pry us apart after we fought over her locket? Darn thing got us into trouble even then, long before we uncovered the truth about her history with the Circle. Oh boy, we were at each other's throats. She must have thought that was going to be the end of our friendship right then and there. Maybe we thought that, but I feel like your mom was just like, fine. She stood up to the Rilkers. She knows better. Oh, and, sure. Finish off. Now, we've certainly come a long way since then, haven't we? Elias unseals the box and hands you a bag of coffee beans. Right there on the label, staring back at you, is a picture of Mom. You smile to yourself, hoping you've made her proud. For Tata and Jido. Good game. Good game. That's fun. It's very interesting. Just, definitely not knowing what to expect. Remember, like, when I started off and I was like, is this just when it was just circles and triangles? I'm like, oh, this seems a little easy. Like, is this what all it's gonna be? And then it got very hard to actually... like, it's very interesting. I kind of like that design, that it's just, like... that you're not gonna... like, you don't get a game over. If, you know... production dogs. Rhea, Thunder, and Bella. And the production baby, Simon. Simon's listed after the dogs. Hey, the Indiegogo backers. Hey, good job, Indiegogo backers. Yeah, I like that. That's all the animals are the pictures. But yeah, that it's you match. Or what am I saying? I'm just looking at the things, seeing like match. Like looking at the pictures. No, just like that you. Like, even if you fail to match, the story progresses. It's not just like, game over, you're done. And even if you lose stuff, you still don't lose. I don't know, it's a very interesting concept for a game where it's like a nothing but dialogue. There's no, like, other game, but at the same time, there is definitely a game on top of it. I think they did it well. Now, what I don't know is what I should do now at this point. I mean, for now, I'll end the stream for today, but yeah, I don't know. Should I? Because I could, like, obviously, there's a lot of stuff we never went to Purseray. We didn't find out that whole stuff with your dad, and there's like a lot of the stuff on the east side of the map that we didn't, because like we got a trophy for you know, achievement for like Mimi Theo stuff, so that's all done. We got the stuff for Miriam and Bukumburo, so presumably the Matilda Miriam stuff is all done. But you know, there could be stuff with Gull leaving the Rilkers. There could be stuff with, like, especially we failed a lot of Haruto and XN220. Like, we didn't figure out that whole thing. We didn't do the, like, we got to the Wave Dancer, but we didn't, we only had one conversation with that lady there, and we failed it. So there's still a lot more we could do to learn more lore and more backstory. But at the same time, it's like, maybe we should do something else. Or, you know, maybe we do something else and we just come back for this if I need a filler. I don't know. You can leave your opinions in the comments down below, and I guess we'll see you all next time for something. But until then, make like thunder. Bork, bork. I'm worried about Tariq. Have you seen him around? Yeah, last thing I was edging him on to burn the place to the ground. What about it? You were what? Nothing.